Each morning he arrives 5 minutes early, checks every gauge twice, and says nothing to anyone. Outside the bus depot, the fog clings to the asphalt like a breath held too long. A faint beam of light spills from Evelyn's diner across the street, catching on the smudged glass panes. She's always there too, towel over one shoulder, arms crossed, watching. He's here. Always is, she murmurs, though nobody's listening. At Bay 3, Bus 7 sits waiting, steam curling from its exhaust like it knows the routine. Ray Mallory walks up, just like he always does. Step measured, shoulders square, jacket zipped to the second button. No more, no less. No bug. Just a dented steel thermos and a clipboard that's seen better decades. The boots he wears are heavy, scuffed, not standard issue for a city transit driver. They belong to a man who's walked through more than puddles and painted crosswalks. He moves like a clock that never needs winding side mirror, white mirror, windshield adjust, oil check, pressure light, the same order every time. Inside the depot lounge, Trevor Noel leans over the coffee pot, watching. Old man's already at it, he mutters. Bet he sleeps in that damn bus. His buddy chuckles, but not really. Seriously, Trevor adds. Those boots? Pretty sure they've seen Normandy. Solo driver who doesn't say a word. He just boards. Ray slides into the seat, adjusts the steering wheel exactly 2 notches, turns the key. The engine stutters, then hums. Golden oldies filter through the AM static, followed by a weatherman's drawl. Cold front over Escambia County. Highs in the low 50s. Thanksgiving banners flap over Evelyn's door, faded reds and oranges from years past. Inside, the smell of coffee and nutmeg hangs thick. Mrs. Dolores Finch steps carefully up to the counter with 2 brown paper bags. She slides a folded dollar bill onto the coffee machine. That's for him, she tells Evelyn. Ray's route begins where the city ends, shuttered warehouses, empty sidewalks, traffic lights blinking yellow through the fog. He passes a neon trout in a bait shop window, a church with its signboard letters sagging in the cold. At Maple and Hill, he slows. The hydraulics hiss, and the door folds open. Mrs. Finch boards, bags splitting on the rail, apples bounce down the steps. She gasps. Ray says nothing. He just turns off the engine, kneels, gathers each apple slow, calm, precise. Hands them back, checks the tear, returns to his seat. Thank you, Mr. Ray, she whispers. He doesn't answer. By 6:20, the rhythm of the route clicks and stops every 8 blocks. Passengers half awake, eyes fogged with routine. No one talks. No one needs to. Then comes a shift. Noah Kendrick boards. Short haircut, squared shoulders posture, says military, even in civilian clothes. He scans the rows, picks the seat behind the driver. Nods. Ray doesn't respond. Noah watches. Not out of boredom, something sharper. He sees Ray's hands on the wheel, firm but relaxed. The eyes checking mirrors in a rhythm you don't teach in driving school. Every lean into a curve is deliberate, like choreography. At a tight bend, the front tire catches a curb. Most drivers would yank the wheel. Ray doesn't. He shifts his body, just slightly left shoulder dips like he's absorbing recoil. Noah blinks. At the last stop, when everyone else exits, Noah lingers. Thank you, sir. Ray doesn't reply, but his eyes lift to the mirror, hold for a beat, then return to the road. That night, Noah can't let it go. That quiet. It clung to him, like a code. Next morning, Noah is back. 3 rows behind, sunlight angled just right to watch Ray's profile in the mirror. Evelyn's diner smells like overcooked bacon. Mrs. Finch stirs her second cup with the grace of repetition. Outside, the fog's lifted. The streets are gold with morning. Ray's motions are the same, flawless, mechanical. But now Noah's looking for what doesn't belong. At Maple and Madison, a young mother boards with a stroller. Ray stands, helps her in. Doesn't speak, just moves with quiet control. She smiles. He nods. Then it happens. He raises the visor against the sunlight, slices across his forearm. There, faint but undeniable, is a tattoo. An eagle, wings arched, wrapped around an anchor and trident. Faded but real. Noah's breath hitches. His memory flares. a training room, an instructor holding up a photo. "This isn't a tattoo," the man had said. "It's a survival story." Back on the bus, the image fades, but the truth stays. Noah leans forward. "Sir, were you in?" Ray doesn't move. "I was," he says finally. Just that. That night, Noah types in a secure thread. Driver. Route 7. Trident arm. "Anyone know a Ray Mollery?" The reply is instant. "Led Sablegate." Silent as hell. That's him. Some names never make it into history books. They pass from mouth to mouth like sacred knowledge. 2 days later, 3 recruits board the bus in civvies quiet, respectful. A 4th waits at Oak Ridge and 12th crisp dress blues, officer's posture. He steps aboard. "Permission to ride?" Ray looks up, nods once. They drive in silence until the officer leans forward. "SEAL Team 6. Operation Sablegate. Twice MIA. Bronze Star with Valor." "That ring a bell, Mr. Mollery." Ray doesn't blink. That man's long gone. The officer sits back. Noah, for seats behind, holds his breath. At the end of the route, the officer walks up, places a small bronze coin on the dashboard, and steps off. Ray doesn't touch it, but he doesn't move it either. Later that day, in the diner, Evelyn tells Noah, "Your bus driver once carried my husband 2 miles through mud and shrapnel. Never said a word. Left behind a ration tin with an M scratched on it. Took us 30 years to know his name." Noah stares at the tin by the register. "You knew all along?" "I knew he wouldn't want it said out loud," Evelyn replies. Rain taps the roof like a slow metronome. A girl with braids tugs at her mom's sleeve. "Mga napkin." Ray reaches over, folds it simple, clean into a paper turkey, places it on the table, returns to his seat. "Who teaches that anymore?" Evelyn whispers. Thanksgiving morning. The depot lot gleams under frost. Bus 7 hums quietly, doors open. Inside, the challenge coin sits where the fare box used to be. Recruits board first, then civilians. No rank, no roles, just reverence. Ray drives. No music, no chatter, just the soft pulse of tires on wet pavement. At the city hall stop, no one moves. Ray stands, steps off. The passengers follow, 2 lines forming silently. No salutes, no applause, just posture a corridor of human honor. At the edge waits Noah, leaning on a pickup. "Need a ride, Commander?" Ray pauses. "Appreciate it, Lieutenant." They drive away slow, no fanfare, no goodbye. But something lingers. Not in sound, but in air, like a note played long enough to disappear into silence. Next morning, a young woman boards Route 7. Sees the coin. Straightens her spine without knowing why. Because excellence doesn't announce itself. It shows up early, does the job, disappears without credit. Like a porch light in fog. Ray Mollery never asked for recognition, but left footprints in every corner of that town. And maybe that's the point. So let me ask you, who's the Ray Mollery in your life? Who's shown up for others without a single word? Who's folded their pain into quiet acts of service? Drop your thoughts below, because in a world that rewards noise, maybe it's time we talk about the power of silence.